Get us coffee. That's what he said. My wife's brother. Tailored Armani suit. Polished shoes kicked up on my desk. Grinning like a king seated on a throne borrowed with deceit. Around him lounged the others, his cronies, men in sleek suits and smug expressions. Executives. Men I once respected. Men who chuckled along, unaware of the irony, unaware of the fact that I owned the building they sat in, the company, their futures, every last thread of it. I leaned forward, fingers steady as I pressed the intercom. Security, I said, calm and measured, like I was ordering wine. Kindly escort the executives out. The owner wants them gone. Their laughter died instantly. Chairs scraped the floor. Smirks collapsed into confusion, then into dread. I watched them carefully, watched the shift in their eyes as the truth finally landed. And for the first time in 2 long, exhausting years, I let myself breathe. It wasn't always a battlefield. I met Lena at a tech conference in Dubai. She was sharp-edged brilliance, ambition in heels. The kind of woman who rarely smiled, but when she did, it meant something. Authentic, earned. Her brother, Nibble, was her permanent shadow, always trailing behind, always suspicious of everyone. Still, I played along, earned his trust. Even gave him a place in my world when I launched Centrus Labs. Back then, we were a team. Lena handled creative direction. Nibble managed operations. I built the tech. It felt rare, like alignment, like destiny. Or so I thought. The first betrayal came small. A paper cut. I wasn't listed on the invite for the quarterly board meeting. Admin error, Nibble said with a shrug. I believed him. Why wouldn't I? Then a week later, I found our proprietary pitch deck presented by him at a rival firm, with his signature boldly stamped on it. Still, I stayed quiet, because I loved Lena, because I thought I was building something bigger than any betrayal, because I was naive. The Rayall wound came on a Wednesday. I came home early, flowers in hand, a bottle of champagne tucked beneath my arm. We just secured a major funding round, 7 figures. I wanted to celebrate. I paused in the hallway, about to call out to her, when I heard voices drifting from the study. Muffled, intimate. Lena and Nibble. He's too trusting, she said. Her voice calm, calculated. We'll vote him out before the acquisition, Nibble replied. Laughter. Cold. I didn't speak, didn't interrupt. I just stood there in the shadows of my own home, listening to my wife plan my exile, my removal, my replacement, the quiet, clean sale of everything I had bled for, split neatly between her and her brother like it was some inheritance. I didn't confront her, didn't cry. That night, I made tea, listened to her smile, and say how proud she was of me, kissed her forehead, and began planning. Step 1, separation control. They believe I was careless with paperwork, but every patent, every line of code, every asset was registered under my name or under the holding company I created overseas, off the books, off the radar. I began transferring ownership of the subsidiary they managed back into the parent firm, quietly, through proxies, shell companies, a legal maze so intricate it would take seasoned attorneys months to untangle. Step 2, surveillance. I installed a keystroke logger on Nibble's system, hired a private investigator, collected everything, emails, WhatsApp messages, burner phone logs, enough to bury them both beneath a mountain of NDA breaches, fraud, and corporate theft. Step 3, patience. I feigned fatigue, acted distracted, let them believe they were winning. I started showing up late, missed meetings, let decisions slip through their hands, while I quietly fed encrypted reports to a legal team I'd stationed in Zurich. They took my silence for stupidity. They never saw the knife. It all reached its crescendo on acquisition day. They called it a restructuring session. I was told it would be best if I stepped down gracefully, signed over my shares to make room for new leadership. The meeting took place in our top-floor boardroom. Panoramic skyline views, artisanal coffee on the table. Nibble even clapped me on the back and whispered, "No hard feelings, yeah?" I smiled. Then I slid the folder across the table. Cease and desist orders. Termination letters. Forensic proof of fraud. Nibble blinked in disbelief. Lena went pale as bone. "You can't do this," she hissed. I leaned in slightly, voice low. "I already did." They didn't notice the security team walk in, not until the handcuffs came out. It was swift, clean, not a raised voice, just polite removal. And that's when Nibble, ever the egotist, made his final move. As they dragged him out, defiant of the last, he spat, "Get us coffee." Like it was still a game, like I was still beneath him. That's when I pressed the intercom again, voice steady, gaze locked on his. "Security, please escort the executives out. The owner wants them gone." Now it's quiet. The office feels different. Lighter. Clean. No more shadows hiding in corners. No more knives concealed behind smiles. I see their faces now and then on the news. Nibble gives interviews, claiming it was all a misunderstanding. Lena disappeared. "Europe," they say. I never pressed charges. I didn't need to. They lost what mattered most: control, reputation, me. People ask me if I miss her. I miss the idea of her. The dreams we used to build together at night. The partnership we faked so well that I believe in myself. But when someone stabs you mid-sentence, it rewrites everything. I loved her once, and I buried that love in the same place I buried my hesitation. This company, it thrives now. Every morning, I walk through the front doors. Not the back entrance Nibble insisted I use to appear humble. My name is on the glass now. Just one name. Not his. Not hers. Mine. They say revenge is a dish best served cold. I disagree. Revenge is best served calculated, sharpened, and silent, while they sip the coffee they thought you'd fetch. I never raise my voice. I just raise the stakes and watch them fall.